there, Leo. I do hope that you are well. This is your monthly love horoscope for May 2018, and I'm live. And I turned my camera around the other way, hoping that I'd be able to find where the camera is. And I apologise, everybody, that I'm not looking directly into the camera because I've got it landscape and it's a bit awkward. Anyway, hope that you are all super duper well. And if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Bella, and most people know me as Bella's Secret Psychic. If you'd like to know more about me and my services, all the links are just down below, guys. So Leos, what's in store? What is it that you need to be thinking about? What are the challenges? What are the good stuff that's coming up when it comes to love for you? If you're there, also say hey, hi and hello. Even if you're watching on repeat, I do love to hear from you. And do subscribe if you haven't already. So, right, my guides are saying, they're making me laugh a little bit because they're making it seem very, very much a lot more dramatic than what I think it is. They're saying you guys are a little bit on the warpath as you begin your month, basically. They're saying here that you are, you need to breathe, firstly, they're saying here, because it feels to me that somebody is upset you. Somebody is... you're on the warpath, because the way they're showing you is like the Grim Reaper trying to chase down somebody. So somebody hasn't called you back, somebody's just annoyed you, and they feel like they're running away from you, hiding from the raft of you, basically. And this is why they're making me laugh, because my guides are saying here that throughout this month, the biggest lesson that you need to take is to breathe through everything. So when they say it like that, there's a couple of things. They're saying here that there will be some challenges romantically in terms of some clashes with people, whether you're new or whether there is romantic of nature. But let's just say, particularly this week, it feels like because this is done on the 1st of May, so the first week, there isn't an element of you trying to track somebody down, but you're trying to track somebody down to say what is up, or that you're disappointed in them, i.e. so if you were dating somebody, and then they've gone quiet on you, you're not sitting back idly going, oh, I wonder if they're going to call me. You're like, no, they're not doing this to me. I want to know answers. And if it means I have to tell them off or chop their heads off about it, then I am going to do that also too. My guides are saying here, if you can, because it might be the fire in you, to breathe before you speak, to do that all through this month, because it does feel to me there are good stuff and there are bad stuff, but also, you know, it's a bit like when people meditate. When you're at peace and you're calm, and the energy of calmness, you invite calmness towards you. Whatever we vibrate, we bring to us. So think about it in these terms. If you are gunning for somebody, if you are wanting to tell somebody off, and you're coming from a place of anger, let's say, or annoyance, then they may very well vibrate at the same vibration back. So just consider that. That's how it's starting. They're just saying here, basically, there is an element of some of you just feeling fed up with somebody in this first week. You're wanting to chase them down about it because you want to set some boundaries. You want to be respected. I think you can do it, but just breathe before you speak, because you want it to be constructive and you don't want it to be unwieldy. And this person, whoever is running from you, thinks you're going to lob their head off. In fact, they may be a little bit fearful that you want to end things with them, which may not be the case at all. I also get here for some of you who, let's say, have old connections that have been going on for a while and have been a bit fraught and a bit testing, that actually you have mentally come to a place where actually you are just, so this would be like you've been going through a divorce and that person just hasn't filled in the paperwork. Let's just say they're the only ones that might deserve your raft. Where actually they've been procrastinating, or they've been dilly-dallying, or they've just been holding things up and they've been deliberately being difficult. My guys are saying they're the only ones that deserve the head being lobbed off. Everybody else, just breathe, because there are more constructive ways of dealing with it, is the first indication to what they want to talk about in your first week. As you get to the second week, there's two things. So the reason why they say that, because if you're not constructive, I get a lot of you feeling quite emotional, that perhaps you were over the top. But however it is done, it does help that person get perspective. It helps you to get perspective. So I think that most of you will breathe through it and do it constructively, even if you still feel a bit emotional about it, because sometimes we don't always like to say things to people, because sometimes it just is uncomfortable, or we just feel weird about it. It does though help, because it feels that that person does take it on board. They start to look outside of themselves instead of it being all about themselves, and they're not thinking about the impact of how they are on others. It focuses the mind basically, so it is a good thing. It's so good that it allows, as you go into the third week, and it may even start in the second week, of some real good communication flows between the pair of you. Talks of love, planning. I get dinners. I get a lot of activity between you and another person. If you're single, the third week is a great week to reconnect or to start dating people, because I get lots of outward, like face to face with somebody, lots of talking, lots of chatting. Some of this also could be virtually done also as well, but there's lots of, I just get like talking back and forth between each other quite a lot. I also get that whoever you're with is very, 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 very testing of your energy, because even though they get the picture, there is something about the dynamics of them and who they are as a person that they do like to push the boundaries sometimes. I get the suspicion that they're a little bit of a gun loader, and what I mean by that is they like to see you fire off, because I guess they get the sense that you care. So just be mindful of that. Have some self-awareness about what this person is doing, even if it's done in a cheeky way. They like the fire in you, and they like the fire in the relationship. You have to have the balance right with that, because sometimes that can be prodded too much, that you can turn into something toxic. But it does feel to me there's lots of chit chat, lots of banter, lots of prodding, lots of firing, lots of passion, mostly good, but have some self-awareness about the dynamics with the person that you're in. There's a bit of mischief in them, because they like what they get from you when you show them that you care. Even the fact that they were running away from you, the fact that you were chasing them, told them that you care. Do you get me? So it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. As you get to the last week, what my guides are indicating is that the romantic encounters that you have this month with whomever this is, existing, new or otherwise, there is an emotional bond between the pair of you. It is seen as passionate and can set off water, and what they mean by that is set off tears, but also can set off great swells of passion also too. It is saying here that it has the strength to go long term also as well. So if someone is re-entering your life, expect these patterns to play out, because this is a general reading, but also just to be aware that it has long-term potential. And I think that as long as you, because the reason why my guides say to you that you must breathe through this month is because it does feel a little bit like this, mostly high, but it's mainly because you're dealing with the personality of somebody who is charmingly annoying. I think is the word to use. They are charming, but they're annoying at the same time. And they, just like a small child, will just test just how far they can push you. If you breathe through it, you can constructively deal with that. You can also let them know you care without allowing them to trigger you, because if you give that person that permission, they can take that too far. I get here that you grow personally within this month in terms of understanding yourself, but also understanding them, which means you deal with them more effectively, like a naughty child that needs to be put into detention sometimes. But also what you do learn from this is that you have a great dynamic with this person that is very unique and very special to the pair of you, where actually there is jest and banter, but also there is passion and fire also too, which as a fire sign, who would want for better? I do get here that even though they look for the attention of care from you, they also give you abundance of attention also too. So it just feels to me that you have an interesting month playing out with your love life. I kind of feel like I want to laugh at it because it feels comical as an outside looking at it, because you look like you're very well matched, but you look like like the bickering couple that everyone loves but everyone hates at the same time. So I just get here you learn a lot about that other person's perspective, and also that therefore your part in this connection too. So breathe as you go through this month, because I feel like the other person that's either coming into your life, coming back to your life, or in your life is going to give you an interesting time this month romantically. So I do hope that has been helpful for everybody who's been watching this, either live or on repeat. I do thank you very much for being here. And I've been Bella, and again, if you'd like to know more about me and my services, all the links are just down below. So you all have an amazing day, everybody, and I shall see you next month. Take care.